A.K. Bhatt. He is the DG of the Indian Space Association. And thank you very much, sir. And of course, the first question, how momentous an occasion it is to observe the first National Space Day in our country today?
So, after the inauguration of the President in the morning of the National Space Day and the Minister of Space, Dr. Jitendra Singh, we are still there and having discussions. There have been discussions with panels of different representatives of government ministries where space can be utilized. There were 2 panels of that. Thereafter, there was a panel on how academia can take space forward and prepare the next generation. And presently, we are having a discussion with industry as to how private space takes on and takes the dream of India becoming a global space entity as a private player. That is being discussed. It's a great day. And, we have taken 60 years to celebrate what our scientists have been achieving for us, especially from ISRO. But yes, the decision taken by the Prime Minister on that very momentous occasion last year is a great day when we've started now celebrating this National Space Day. And all in India, the academia, the private space, and of course ISRO have to live up to the expectations which the nation has now bestowed on them.
Absolutely. General A.K. Bhatt, a question comes to mind that why has it taken India 75 years to actually observe the country's Space Day?
Oh, what I'm saying is, yes, it has taken a long time, but definitely this achievement was out of the ordinary. We are the first nation to land on the south side of the moon. This was unique. When we started and when even ISRO started in 1969, the first man from USA was on the moon. We have covered this distance, this technological distance, in a very short while and achieved this. And yes, as soon as we have got achievement, very rightly the Prime Minister has announced the National Space Day.
Talking about what Somnath, the ISRO chief, also spoke about, there are these huge ambitions that we have envisaged for ourselves. Whether we talk about Chandrayaan 4 mission, whether we talk about the Gaganyaan mission, whether we talk about building India into a space hub by 2035, and then finally perhaps one of the most prestigious landmark events in India's space history, where we set up an international space center, international space station. How do you think the timelines at this time that are set will be able to achieve all these humongous targets?
The targets are humongous, but I'm very confident with the capability, with the dedication, with the intellectual power this nation has, and with the culture what ISRO has had and still has of hard work, sincerity, having frugal budgets, but achieving a lot of results. I'm very sure they will achieve what they have set down to do.
Talking about the 1,000 crore budget that has been allocated to the space sector, do you think this is enough, or there needs to be increment in the successive budgets to achieve the targets?
So what we have to understand is 1,000 crore is an indication of the intent of the government. Many more crores will flow if they are required. This is an indication of the government to a sector that we are confident in you and we are separately putting money for you. Much more money will come as and when it is required.
How important does the private space sector become in India, then forging ahead and becoming a global space hub?
Yeah. Now, firstly, I would like to tell you, even in Chandrayaan, the launch vehicle which took it, and some components of Chandrayaan were manufactured by the private sector. The private sector has been contributing so far, primarily as they have been building on design what has been designed by ISRO, but now they are being taken as partners who also do research and development, also take on activities of launch vehicles, making satellites and of applications. And in the last 3 years, they have lived up to the faith which the nation has bestowed on them. We have 2 startups which are already done pre-orbital launch, and I'm very sure they will do orbital launches very soon. There are 3 to 5 startups which have launched satellites. In a very short time after the sector has been opened, these startups have lived up to what the nation has been expecting from them. And they do form part of that great space enterprise led by ISRO, having the private sector, having the startups, and having the academia, which will take India forward and which will meet the national aspirations of India in space.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.